So how much does YouTube actually pay content creators in Africa for 1 million views? And is this payment the same with other creators from other parts of the world? So I recently had this video that hit 1 million views, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you how much YouTube paid me for 1 million views. Now my name is Dibana Malis and welcome to my channel. If it's your first time being here, I really welcome you and I hope you're here to stay. So I had this video that I filmed when I went to the village. It was a ceremony. It was a marriage ceremony in the village, and in that ceremony there was supposed to be a sheep that has to be slaughtered. So I went there to attend the ceremony. The sheep was slaughtered, but the way it was prepared, it was a kind of strange to me. It was not skinned, it was just roasted, and then the fur was peeled off using a knife after roasting it. So that looked to me strange and it felt interesting. So I had to record a video of the process, how it was prepared, edited it, and then I uploaded. So luckily enough, the video got like 1.1 million views right now. So it was one of those videos that actually lifted my channel up. I was so excited, getting 1 million views. I was like, wow, I think I'm going to make a lot of money from this video. Okay, so before we get into how much YouTube paid me for 1 million views, I want us to talk about the factors that actually influence how much a YouTuber earns. So in this video, we're going to be talking strictly about Google AdSense. We're not going to talk about other forms of earning money on YouTube, but purely the Google AdSense. So there are factors that influence how much a YouTuber earns. Before I started YouTube, I had done a lot of research and I thought that I'd read most of the things that I needed to know before I got into YouTube. And then there were certain things that I actually didn't know, and I got to realize once I got monetized. So one of those things is that YouTube is basically a platform for advertisements. So I used to think that YouTube could only pay for views alone, but then I was wrong. YouTube actually pays you for advertisements that have been viewed on your channel, on your videos. So that means if you post a video and there's no advertisement put on it, you're not going to earn anything. So that's one thing that I didn't know. Anyway, so given that YouTube is a platform for advertisement, then what are some of those factors that affects how much someone earns? So one of it is the location of your audience. Now, the location of the audience really is a very huge factor because it determines how much you can earn from Google AdSense on a specific video. Creators who have audience from developed countries tend to have a higher CPM than creators who have their audience from developing countries. Now, CPM is simply cost per mile, which is the amount of money that an advertiser pays YouTube to put an advertisement on your video as a creator. So that amount is affected by the cost of the standard of living. So for example, if you uploaded a video and then in that video there was an advertisement that is put on it. Let's say maybe the advertisement was about real estate. So what is the probability that if that video is put on a video, if that advertisement is put on a video that is being viewed by audience from developed countries who have a higher purchasing power, and then the same advertisement is run on videos whose audience are from developing countries with low purchasing power, that means that there's a higher chance that the audience from developed countries are going to purchase that product or that service compared to the same advertisement that is being run on that video that is being viewed by the audience from developing countries. So it's about the purchasing power. So that means if you have your audience from a developed country, the CPM is going to be high than when you have audience from a developing country. So that explains why you could be having high views, but then you find that there's a difference in payment. And then some people don't really have that number of views as much as you, but they're making more money than you. So one of those factors is the location of your audience. So that is basically about the purchasing power, because YouTube has to be sure that yes, if I'm going to since I'm going to run this advertisement before people who have a higher purchasing power, that means there are higher chances they're going to buy this product. So therefore, I'm going to charge you, the advertiser, more money because it's more likely that they are going to purchase your product. So that's how it works. So the second aspect is your niche, what you create videos about. Niche is basically the theme or maybe the topic that you're creating videos about. So not that everything that you post on YouTube earns the same amount of money. No, it depends on the niche. So some of the niches earn way much more than others. Meanwhile, others really earn very little. For example, content that talks about entrepreneurship, content that talks about technology, content that talks about financial matters, basically, let me say basically, generally about money, they tend to have a higher CPM than contents that are maybe for entertainment purpose. Let's talk about music, let's talk about comedy. They tend to have a lower CPM because they are more of, entertainment. But contents that deal with money, they have a higher CPM. The other factor is the length of your video. So basically, the longer the video, the more advertisement you can be able to put to run on your video. So that means if your video is long, let's say you have a video of 10 minutes, which has the ability to put maybe about 3 adverts. And then if the viewers are able to view all those advertisements, that means you're going to make more money. So a longer video would actually stand a chance of earning more from ad revenue compared to a shorter video. But however, that's not the only factor. There's also average watch duration. For example, you can post a video of 10 minutes, but then in that 10 minutes, people are only viewing like 30 minutes of your content. That means they have not viewed the advertisement that have been put. So basically, that's equivalent to a 1-minute video. So besides the length of the video, how long the viewers actually watch your video also contributes to how much you're going to earn from Google AdSense. So I know you're all eager to knowing how much YouTube paid me for the 1,000,000 views. Now when you get to Google and type how much YouTube pays creators for 1,000,000 views, you're going to find a figure of between $1,200 to $6,000. But do you think it got that money? Anyway, so this is what happened to me. Actually, on that video, I got $0.36. Like, I mean 0.36 cents. Wow, I know that sounds crazy, but yeah, that's what I earned from that video for 1,000,000 views. Now here is why the video only got $0.36 dollars, despite the fact that it got 1,000,000 views. So I didn't know much about the advertiser friendly policies. So these are basically policies that determines whether your content is suitable for advertisement. So this now brings us back to the point that I told you earlier on, that YouTube is basically a platform for advertisement. So that means that if there's no advertisement put on your video, you're not going to make any money from it. And for an advertisement to run on your video should have met certain standards that are required by the advertiser policy. So one of those advertiser policy is the video should not be containing, nudity. There shouldn't be nudity in your video. There shouldn't be violence in your video. Your video shouldn't be promoting drugs. So much as those things are prohibited, but there's also a way of, if you package those things in a certain way, they will still be eligible for monetization. But however, if you just took maybe the scene and it's just uncensored and you just posted it on YouTube, then you're going to have issue with monetizing that video. So I monetized that video, but it was showing inadequate, limited ad suitability. So that means ads were not actually running. So where I went wrong was in that video, since the video was about slaughtering a sheep and then preparing it to be eaten, and actually that falls under violence. So under violence, there's they prohibit videos that show scene where blood is seen. Let's say, for example, there's a fight and somebody is being beaten so badly and there's blood all over the scene, and you just took that and you posted on YouTube. That video is not going to get monetized. So it depends on how you package the whole information. However, if you did it in a right way, it could actually get monetized. So it also talks about animals as well, like killing an animal, showing its process of preparation up to that point of where it is already processed to be eaten. It's also considered to be violence. So in that point, in that case, that sheep was being slaughtered and then was prepared up to that point when we were eating it. So I didn't know that was violence. So that's what happened. So there was no advertisement that was put on my video. So that's how it ended up getting 0.36 cents. Okay, so I know you could be wondering, like I said earlier on that there were no advertisements put on that video, but how did it end up earning 0.36 cents? So there's also another way of earning money on YouTube besides the advertisements. There's YouTube Premium. So YouTube Premium is simply a service that you access if you don't want to see advertisements pop on your videos. So they are basically maybe VIPs who are not okay with having advertisements pop up when they're watching their favorite videos. Then they have to pay for YouTube Premium. You have to upgrade your YouTube to YouTube Premium. Now every time a person who has paid for YouTube Premium views your video, you get a percentage as a creator. I'm not so certain how much you get, but there's a percentage that you get as a creator. So the 0.36 cents actually came from YouTube Premium, those who had paid for YouTube Premium. So that's what the video actually earned. So that's it. So as a content creator, you have to be very careful about the kind of content that you're putting out there. You have to be sure that it's not violating the advertisement friendly policies. Otherwise, your video could be one that would actually change everything about your channel, but at the end you're going to earn nothing from it simply because it has violated some of the policies. However, those kind of videos are eligible to get you subscribers and watch hours, but they cannot be monetized. Anyway, we've come to the end of our video. Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you're part of the family, because we always have interesting stories that drop here every week. So I'll be looking forward to seeing you here again. Bye.